Billy got Mario on this one. Every player should have Ray Ray's mindset. And I want to talk about CJ Daniels today. What's up, guys? Welcome to NMDTV K's all day. If you're rocking with you, then you know what to do. Hit that like and subscribe button so you never miss out on a video. Big shout out to the Kane Gang, those who are part of our YouTube membership. I appreciate you guys going above and beyond to help support the channel. But let's dive into some Miami Hurricane news, starting with some bad news.
It's time, huh? Let's go, man. Let's get it. For the next 3 or 4 years, I'll be going to the University of Florida.
Yes, that news came out last night. Javari Flowers, 4-star quarterback who reclassified into the 2025 class, decided to go to Florida, make his commitment to Florida instead of going to Notre Dame, instead of going to North Carolina, instead of coming to the U like everybody thought he would. He decides to go to Florida. And I'm not going to lie. You guys have been rocking with this channel for a while, so y'all know I will troll Florida in a second. I will throw jokes at Florida in a heartbeat. And when we whooped their ass last year, I was keying and hi. But that was last year, and we got to start looking forward to next year. And when you look at their recruiting, which is what we're talking about right now, this 2025 class that they were able to put together with Stubbs, now adding Flower, with Hanks, you just can't even hate on that. You just, me being real, you just cannot hate on that. And adding Flowers was a big-time get. He is the guy that you think is going to be a prototypical corner at the nickel corner at the next position. Track guy. What I really liked about him is his ability to return kicks. I think that's going to be something special that he brings. And it sucks that he's going to a rival and he's not coming to Miami. He even took a visit to Miami and still chose to go to Florida. So it is what it is. It's a tough L to take in a recruiting trail. And when Mario and staff, when they do good, I give them their props. But when you lose to Billy Napier in this recruitment, it does suck because corner is a position that I would like to see us keep upgrading. And we're in a good position when you look at what we've done through the transfer portal, the players that we got in the 2025 and 2026 class. But Flowers would have been a nice addition to this class, and he sucks that he's going to Florida. Javari Flowers to the Florida Gators. What did you think when you heard that news? Let me know in the comments. But let's talk about somebody who is the Miami Hurricane. And y'all knew, I know when y'all heard this quote, when y'all heard this man talking that talk, y'all knew I was going to talk about it on the channel, whether it was when it was happening or when I was going to make this video. When I heard Ray say what he said over the weekend, I was excited. Let's take a look at the video. I did clip it up, but basically the reporters are asking him about what he learned from Xavier Restrepo and, you know, why did he stay at Miami instead of hitting the transfer portal like everybody else. And let's listen to this clip. By the way, this is posted on my TikTok. If you got TikTok, help your boy out. Go follow NMD Canes on TikTok. But let's see what Ray had to say.
And get everybody on the same page. Like I say, man, a lot of people just up and run when they feel like they ain't getting what they thought they supposed to got. I just loyal to the program, loyal to the process, just trusting the process, keeping God first and just working, man. I always said, man, it's God's timing. It's God's timing. I had a great dude in front of me. We competed. We battled each other every day. I got him better, he got me better, and I knew. So I just waited my time, stayed down, waited my turn, because you up and leave, and, you know, that's the new day and age. Everybody just want to up and leave and up and run from competition, and they feel entitled. And nah, man, I came here ready to work, hungry, like I was in high school. I told y'all I'm a diehard Cane fan. I bleed orange and green, and it's still the same thing. I just wanted to just put the team first, and whatever the team needed, whatever the coaches needed, I was there to do it.
That is what I'm talking about, Ray. That is the mindset that you have. That is the mindset that I hope can translate to on the field, because let me tell you this. Ray and Malachi Tony, they're going at it right now. They're going at it for that wide receiver position, for that slot position. And will Miami go into the transfer portal to add another wide receiver, throw another into the competition? I don't know. But I know one thing, Malachi Tony seems to be the real deal. I know another thing, Joesph ain't backing down, and that's how it needs to be on Green Tree. I said that's how it needs to be on Green Tree. Now, Ray, listen to me now, because you're talking that talk. And when the Miami Hurricane starts talking that talk, I just need them to back it up on the field. Because when you're talking like that, then you're backing that up. That mindset, that attitude is going to trickle down, right? It's going to be brought down to another wide receiver once you leave, and it's going to continue. Now, this is a competition, so may the best man win. If it's Ray Ray, let him win. If it's Malachi Tony, you got to put him in. But if Ray Ray can back up what he just said and it translate and he has a great season, oh, man, that can do a lot for the locker room. That can do a lot for players who's transferring in. That can do a lot for the younger players. Because it's one thing to hear that, but when the players see a player saying that and then producing on the field, it hits a lot different. I'm rooting for the best Miami Hurricane to win, but I'm also rooting for Ray Ray, man, because he has waited his turn. He has put in that time, and hopefully it pays off. But at the end of the day, we got to put in the best wide receiver, and we'll see who won that battle. It's going to be interesting because both of them are having a hell of a spring. I love that. I love that. Who do y'all think will be starting for Miami at the slot position? Let me know in the comments. Now, I got to talk about C.J. Daniels, right? Because C.J. Daniels, we haven't heard a lot from him because he's been injured. He's working through an injury. Well, today we got our first look at C.J. Daniels in his first practice. Now, today was a day where the media was not allowed to record, but some of our great media members out there, they did get these pictures of C.J. Daniels looking good in the number 7. And I wanted to talk about him because I think some people forget, right? C.J. Daniels, we got him out of the transfer portal. We wanted to get him last year, but he decided to go to LSU. But he started his career off at Liberty, where he had a hell of a year in 2023, 55 receptions, over 1,000 yards, and 10 touchdowns. But then in 2024 with LSU, he had 480 receiving yards and no touchdowns. And that's because he dealt with an injury. He dealt with the heel injury, and he never recovered. And I think that's why, they're letting him heal up, and today was his first practice. But the more I learned about C.J. Daniels, the more I like, because he did a podcast and he talked about when he was at LSU, he came to work every day. He wasn't the happiest, but he came to work every day because he went to LSU to be the guy. But Kyron Lacy ended up being the guy. C.J. Daniels was hurt, so everything went to Kyron Lacy. But C.J. came to work every day and put in work. Even the people at LSU backed this up by saying that. And when things didn't go his way, he didn't pout. He just waited to the end of the year. He decided to enter the transfer portal. LSU wanted him to come back to LSU. He decided to enter the transfer portal and come to Miami. We're hoping he can go back to the Liberty healthy playmaking C.J. Daniels. But what I really like is what I've heard this spring, because he hasn't been on the field, but Ray Joesph talked about how C.J. Daniels been watching film, and I was like, dang, that's interesting. He's been watching film. He's been up there with him on the jugs at 5 a.m., and this was said this past weekend. I was like, okay, that's good to hear about C.J. Daniels. He's leading the pack. Then I got really happy when this was reiterated today, right? Ray talked about CJ this weekend, and then it was reiterated today when we got to talk to Kevin Beard, when the media got to talk to Kevin Beard, and here's what Kevin Beard had to say about CJ Daniels.
Oldest guy in the room, and you need that older guy, the big brother, and they lean on him. From that perspective, and from day one, he said, "Hey, coach, can you make a group thread with just the players, not the coaches?" And they're on it all the time, and so they'll text, "Hey, we're gonna watch film at 5 o'clock," and you'll notice a lot of guys in the building around that time, because we got to take this thing to the next level.
And you guys, I think if I remember right, you guys recruited him when he was in the portal the first time. He chose LSU, comes here now. Just what do you like about him as a player?
Oh, you know what, man? He's a worker. He's a worker. You don't have to tell him to catch balls from the jug machine. He's the one initiating it, and he's kind of been through it, and he knows he has a lot of young guys behind him, so he's trying to show them the way. And being that when I was here, that was the process. You know, the freshmen come in and the older guys show them the way, and then when the older guys leave, you take it over. And so that's really what I've respected from his.
Now, this goes in line with kind of what I said with Ray. CJ, I love that. And I love that our wide receivers are getting up there early, our wide receivers are staying later, our wide receivers are grinding. All that is great, but it has to translate on the field, because when it translates on the field, hey, you can't do nothing but to fall in line then, right? When Cam Ward came here, holding people to a standard, talking that talk, people was like, man, this dude's good, but is he like that? And then he was like that, and everybody was like, oh, he like that, let's fall in line. So I'm glad to hear the mindset of a lot of these players. I'm glad to hear other people vouch for these players, right? It's not just one person saying that. There's been multiple people bring up C.J. Daniels, and today Kevin Beard was one of those to say, hey, he's the one who wants to start a text thread. He's a transfer portal guy who comes in and is leading the pack. He is the senior leadership. I love to hear that. Now, get healthy, right? 6'2", 205 pounds, you can be a playmaker, make the plays, and then you're going to be doing so much for the younger wide receivers as you're making the plays. And they say, see, CJ was right when he told us to get here and watch the film, when he told us to do extra. The proof of concept always makes things a little bit better. But, guys, that's all I got for you today. What do you think about CJ Daniels? What do you think about Javari Flowers? What do you think about Ray's mindset? It's a great day to be a Miami Hurricane, like always. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm out. Peace.